All right, y'all, it's time for the tell-all on 90 Day Fiance, and we're gonna watch one of the biggest villains of this entire series get eviscerated by his cast, as pretty much everyone piles on to how much they hate Loren's guts. It's hilarious to see this idiot try to backpedal and really defend himself, and he even has to bring out his ex-girlfriend to defend his terrible actions. I will say, too, we get some lore on Loren here at the very end of this video that is going to absolutely wreck your life, so make sure you watch until the very end of this one and drop a like, or else Loren's gonna haunt your dreams tonight. I guess those would be nightmares in that case. But without any further ado, let's get right on into it, shall we?
Faith, Loren has shown you who he is. I'm just gonna tell you, believe him. Believe what you have seen from him already.
So we're starting things off with some crazy words of wisdom from this dude over here. He's obviously been on the same season as Loren, and he has seen his true colors much like all of us, but Faith doesn't seem to get it. The reason he's telling her this is they started the show off by asking Faith if they were still together, and very sadly, it sounds like they're still trying to make things work, even after his psychotic ending of this season. If you didn't see that episode, make sure you go watch that and watch the rest of the Loren videos so you're caught up. But yeah, he was showing off some very sketchy behavior in that last episode, and even past that, even past how much that creeped out Faith and made her just absolutely terrified for her safety. She's like, nope, I think I still want to be with him. We're gonna work out. Everything's gonna be happy in the end, which is just such a crazy take.
At the very end, when Loren was clearly not getting his way, he started making threatening gestures. There would not be a conversation after that.
There you go, bro. I don't even know where this guy came from, but he clearly has a bone to pick with Loren, and I'm glad that he's speaking his mind right now because that is facts. This is not the type of person that you give a second chance to when he really showed his true colors in that final episode.
Loren, do you hear yourself when you talk?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think you do, because if you did, you wouldn't say some of the things that you say.
He's just going in right now, like, bro. Speaking of that, do you listen to the way you talk? Because you're a dumbass and you say some really creepy things. So if you were self-aware at all, I really don't think you'd speak as much as you do, but you tend to just say some wacky shit, my guy. I love the little finger guns he's pointing at him too, like very threatening.
I just don't think you take this seriously. I feel like you're taking this all as a joke.
No, guys, I just smile out of awkwardness. My whole life is tension and awkwardness, so I smile to escape it, which is actually very valid. I'm sure that is exactly what's going on, but it doesn't make him look any less weaselly, I guess you could say. Like, he is just such a sleazy dude, and when he's doing these terrible things or talking about these terrible things, he always has a big-ass grin on his face. What's the deal? I mean, I know he just explained it, but seriously, that does not read well on television for the rest of us. It makes it seem like you find amusement in making other people sad or, uncomfortable.
Smile, as you say.
It's a defensive mechanism, so it's more of like a nervous thing.
Yeah, guys, he's just nervous, okay? Don't think that he's finding joy in ruining Faith's life, because no, why would he do that? That would make him a monster. Oh wait, he actually is a monster, and he probably does find joy in it.
You don't think that Faith should stay with Loren?
Absolutely hell to the no.
I vote no too.
This guy is being so honest, and I really appreciate that. This is the time to be messy on this show. When everybody is together at the round table here, or not at the round table, just, I should say, cornered around this abnormally large rug, and you're here to spill the tea, and oh my god, is he doing just that. I do find it incredibly sad that Faith is giving this man another chance too, and I kind of get the feeling it's because she doesn't see any other options herself.
Who thinks, by a show of hands, that Faith should have left Loren for good?
And yeah, it looks like the rest of the cast kind of hates Loren's guts too. I mean, this guy cannot take a single win. Everybody who comes across him or sees him in real life just cannot stand the guy, except for Faith, apparently. I mean, he gives you so many reasons to dislike him. It's like, it's really hard to find any positives about this dude.
Loren, you don't have many supporters here.
No, I know.
No, I know. I've always been an underdog. Everyone hates me, but they just don't like to see you win. That's probably the mindset he has. But no, everyone hates you because you are just, constantly giving us reasons to hate. I mean, he didn't make one decision that wasn't for himself this entire season. He's a very selfish, rude man who has kind of destroyed Faith's life.
Can you stop that one?
What? No. And we were sitting there for a good half an hour, and I was just tapping away. I just got nervous.
So now they're talking about the butter knife incident of the last episode, where he was making some really uncomfortable gestures that he claimed were just kind of nervous tics, or him getting rid of nervous energy as he was having this tense moment in the hotel room. But to all of us, and to Faith especially, it read as him not getting his way and being so aggravated that he just kept poking his hand with the thing while making very uncomfortable eye contact. Again, it's kind of mixed reviews whether or not Faith was overreacting. I think those who get it, and those who don't just probably won't ever get it. But he's gonna be saying this as his story until the cows come home, or whatever the fuck the saying is. Like, this guy absolutely thinks he was not being creepy or weird there, and there's a problem with that. I mean, because he absolutely was being just that.
Loren, I think you know exactly how that looks. I think you do just to make people mad, and that's a form of power.
Wow, he is absolutely just dismantling this dude in front of the entire cast right now. Nobody else is really talking. It's just Niles, I think his name is, and Loren. And these two are really at odds. But I agree with him. I think that's a sense of power. And in a person who experiences power as little as Loren, I mean, the dude is borderline homeless. He doesn't really have a good job, career, group of friends, it sounds like. He's just kind of floating through life, powerless. So him being able to enact power over people, it's probably done through small things like that, like making them uncomfortable.
I have a chat log, and it definitely says that I have physical sex with both my and my.
So now he's moving on and he's like, you guys, you're making me all defensive, okay? I have proof that I sent text to Faith that I was telling her I was, getting sloppy left and right from the homies, okay? She knows that I was getting down and dirty with everybody in town in Vegas. To which he conveniently says, oh, also, I don't have my phone right now, but I swear I could prove it if I had it, guys. You don't understand. TLC was lying. They edited the footage. Like, come on, dude, we don't buy that. We think you're a sleazy D-bag who was at least obfuscating the truth from your fiance in hopes that there would be a translation error and you could experience all the joys you wanted back home before you had to be monogamous over in the Philippines. And again, I don't even think he would have been successful at staying monogamous had they worked out and he stayed to live there.
You said to her you love her. So
Yes.
how you can love someone and still your friends?
Well, yeah, I did make mistakes.
No, I admit it's a mistake. I'm just gonna kind of glaze past it, but yeah, I guess I messed up, sorta. Like, this dude can't even apologize properly. He's so fucking frustrating to watch, I swear. And I'm just loving watching him get destroyed in front of my very eyes.
Please welcome his friend and ex, Esther.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
Oh, geez, and we got Esther back, aka the world's #1 enabler. Somebody who I think shares a trait with a lot of people who stick around in Loren's life, aka they just enable him in every negative thing that he does. He can't face any accountability because he surrounds himself with people who just think nothing of it or think that it's okay and make excuses for his behaviors. Of course, you can always find the cause or the root of some bad decision you made, but when you rely on that as a crutch and just allow yourself to keep making those bad decisions and say, oh, they're for reasons that you just don't know about my life and my traumas, that's where I got to draw the line. I mean, you can be self-aware all you want or act like you're self-aware, but then you need to act in accordance with that and start to fix these issues that you have with finding love or being truthful to people, which clearly Loren has a lot of issues in those departments.
He is trying to find love. He's gonna be like, all right, if it doesn't work with this one, he already kind of has a backup plan.
So she's just, I'm sorry, this is just such a dumbass take. She's explaining that Loren is just, he's afraid of being hurt and he's been hurt before in relationships and that's why he kind of sleeps around and is just slutting it up because, he likes to keep options open. Like, no, that's not how relationships work. At least monogamous ones where the other party thinks you're being monogamous. That is such a lame excuse that he's keeping backups. Oh my God, this is not like data where you have multiple hard drives. You're trying to keep physical backups of your precious items. It's like, no, this is real people's emotions coming into play here. We've seen Faith cry how many times this season? I'm sorry, none of that is worth somebody else crying and feeling terrible about.
He kind of just like, okay, I'm sleeping at this person's house. I mean, I should have butt in and been like, I don't think she understands that.
And now the friend's like, yeah, I guess it was probably just lost in translation. He said he was, sleeping with his friends over at their house, and she didn't really get that meant hanky-panky. So if anything, it's kind of her fault for not getting it. Like, she's literally blaming this whole thing on Faith and being like, I guess I could have just been more clear because she's such a dumbass. She doesn't get our ways of speaking, with English being her second language. It just all seems so backhanded, like Faith's so stupid. It's like, no, Faith was taking his words at face value, and he was purposefully trying to use language that made it sound like it was less bad than it was. And then he used that as a excuse as to why he doesn't think he lied to her.
He said, she speaks English, she understands. I was like,
that should be a
What
given.
I told
that
her
if
I
you're-
was, she didn't say no.
And now he's blaming her, being like, she didn't tell me to stop. She knew I was getting my freak on. She didn't tell me to stop. To which Niles just has such a good rebuttal here. I mean, this is some craziness right here.
So, Loren, if nobody tells you to walk off a cliff, you're going to walk off a cliff?
I would legitimately walk off a cliff.
Why haven't you done that yet, then?
Asking the real questions right there. Loren, why have you not just walked off a freaking cliff, bro? Oh my God, this dude has made me a fan. Do I need to go back and watch his arc this season, or is it trash? Let me know in the comments, because he's a funny-ass character.
I have before.
Really?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to have this really cool cliff, and we'd drive trucks
Okay,
off
guys.
it.
And the host even has to reel it in like, okay, Loren, you're just being a dumbass lying for lying's sake again. No, you did not drive trucks off of cliffs. This isn't Alaskan Christmas or whatever they do over there. Have you seen those videos, by the way? Quite crazy. They literally drive cars off of cliffs for fun. I mean, America, we're so cooked.
It's almost like it's easier to say that he just up, huh? It's almost like
he does, but it's like.
And all he wants is for this friend to take accountability too and be like, can you please admit that he messed up? No, she can't even do that. She is just born to enable this guy. And I think that's their entire basis of their relationship, and probably the only reason that Loren keeps her around, because he seems to really run through people very fast in his life when he realizes he doesn't get what he needs from them.
Did you buy the ticket specifically to see Faith?
No, it was part of a pyramid scheme.
Oh my God. So we get some new backstory here. According to Loren, he didn't buy the ticket to meet Faith and for love. He bought it as a result of a pyramid scheme. So they cut to commercial. I'm confused as hell. Let's bring it back and see what he means by that, because what are you talking about? Is this like a timeshare type thing or what? Like, why did you buy one ticket to the Philippines and that's it?
He met this girl. Oh my God, my dream came true. She lied and kind of just pretty much took all his money.
Oh my God. So Esther explains that he met another woman in the Philippines that he was hoping was packing some schmeat again. He's very specific about this one little portion of what he's looking for in somebody. They gotta be from the Philippines, and he has to be able to sword fight with them. Well, needless to say, this person lied about having a sword, scammed him with a love scam. It wasn't a pyramid scheme. Again, he's just being either intentionally stupid to lie and save face, or he's actually such a dumbass that he thinks that's what a pyramid scheme is. No, you are falling for classic like Dr. Phil episode of some old lady thinking she's dating Shaq and giving him all her life saving in retirement. Like, that's what you did with what little money you had. You gave it all away and bought a ticket because you fell for a love scam from somebody who wasn't even who you thought they were, which is so funny. And it sounds like Faith is just finding out about this now, but I'm sure she's still gonna want to try to continue this relationship because dumbassery, I guess. So then we are reaching the end of this interview portion for them, at least on the tell-all, and the host asks if Loren has been, still getting busy with anybody outside of the relationship. Here is his absolutely batshit crazy answer.
During the 1 week we were apart, I did have with the girl who gave me gonorrhea.
That's right. He went back to the person who gave him the slime. Again, I hate that I have to use that, but he literally described it that way. Going back to that person in the 1 week that you had in between, coming back home to America and then getting back with Faith long distance. That is crazy. And Faith, you're still trying to make this work. How little self-respect do you have? I mean, seriously, I'm talking to you through the screen, hoping that you're watching this. Get a fucking grip, please, and leave this schmuck. All right? This man has a wanton disregard for his own health and yours if it comes to you two, actually starting this thing and being together in real life. So that pretty much is the extent of Loren's portion of this episode, but they decide, the messy producers over at TLC decide to show us an unaired scene where Loren shares a detail with Faith that I didn't want to ever hear. I didn't want to know about him. And now you have to too, because I feel bad being the only one that knows this information. We all need to be in on this, okay? But prepare yourselves.
So something that I do sometimes, I drink pee, right?
What do you mean, right? Like, why are you following that up instantly with like, right? Like, you knew this, right? Like, you knew I was downing that yellow Gatorade. Like, what? Again, I'm not here to be shaming anybody, but when you put it on TV, it kind of opens up the opportunity for me to at least be shocked by it, right? I mean, statistically, there's going to be a few of you out there that are on a similar level of freak, and I mean, again, do what you want, as long as you're not causing any harm to yourself or others. That is just some crazy shit, though. Like, this dude gets weirder and weirder by the day. I gotta tell you, that's too much. So let me know what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, or again, Loren might haunt your nightmares.
I drink pee.
And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.